welcome everybody to this week's Market Share, the short weekly segment brought to you by MKR, where we bring you all the noteworthy news and updates surrounding digital media and the world today. I'm your host Genevieve, and we've got some cool stories for you today, so let's get started. First up, let's talk about advertising spend over the last few months. Across all channels in October, advertising investment fell 3% year over year, the fifth consecutive month that this happened. But it did outperform the rest of 2022 as we get heavily into the holiday ad spend time of year. Even though advertising spend seems to have decreased this year, that's because so many companies came out in 2021 with a bang to get back on the map. So companies are actually still at a healthy range. But what we found the most interesting was how advertising spend has changed industry by industry. Investment in CPG, pharma, auto, restaurants, travel, and apparel and accessories advertising all grew during the month of October, which for many of them makes sense. CPG and apparel and accessories companies are gearing up for the rush of holiday season buying. Restaurants and travel are trying to encourage people to treat themselves to a good meal or an amazing vacation over the holidays. And obviously, auto is ready to put that big red bow on a car and throw it into a commercial. One that really surprised us, though, was that wellness advertising spend has gone down, the second most out of the 12 industries reported. One would think that the wellness craze has swept the internet, and an increased focus on taking care of yourself would make wellness the perfect place to advertise for gift giving, and to remind people to take a second for themselves throughout the holiday. But the biggest drop in October spend was technology, which isn't too shocking considering how many people tech companies have fired over the last couple of months to save a buck. Overall, we're arming you with this information just in case your industry spend looks like maybe it's going down. It might be the perfect opportunity to outshine your competitors. Next up, does posting memes on social help increase traffic on your website? Yes, obviously memes garner more likes and comments, but do they actually benefit the stats that matter most to your business? Social Media Today recently did a test using their own social media to see if posting memes really helped their business or if people just laughed and kept scrolling. After thinking about their past test with polls on Twitter and LinkedIn, they were skeptical of the efficacy of memes, considering that the polls attracted more likes and follows, but have no impact on the traffic to the site. All social platforms have an ebb and flow of success for every company, but you have to make sure you're giving people something to engage with, which means memes have to be on trend, timely, and relatively niche to your audience. If you're going to post memes, you have to accept that some will be superstar hits, and some of them will definitely fall flat, even if your team thought it was the funniest thing they had seen that day. The increased engagement from memes certainly has algorithmic benefits, as the platform will show your posts to more people. And Social Media Today's findings over a month are a 12% increase in sessions from social and a 16% increase in users. Although this isn't a crazy jump, any increase when you're dealing with the unpredictable world of social media is a win. Just remember, even though memes work for some, they may not work for others, so please make sure to test things out if you think they could work and steer clear if your industry isn't super conducive to humor. Third up today, YouTube has added quizzes as a community post option and has expanded visual editing tools. I don't know about you, but when I think about YouTube, I think about long-form video, like when I want to sit on my couch and not think for a while. When I think of posting photos or stories or short-form videos, my go-tos are Instagram and Twitter. But for some reason, YouTube is really trying to be like other social platforms, even though they have a strong offering as it is. I somewhat understand what they're trying to do, since they're aiming to make the YouTube community stronger and able to engage outside of regular video posting on platform, rather than on another social media app. They're basically just trying to keep as many people spending more time on YouTube rather than jumping ship to stalk someone on Instagram. Smart? Yes. Effective? Maybe not so much. I don't personally know anyone that's staying on YouTube to interact with the community, but maybe I'm just out of touch? It's always worth trying once, but there are certainly better platforms out there to engage with your audience in this way. Last but certainly not least this week, HelloFresh has partnered with Warner Bros. Consumer Product Division to bring a meal kit inspired by Buddy the Elf's favorite meal. The company is looking to drum up some fresh interest in the service by playing off the popularity of the 2003 holiday classic, and maybe even get people to start thinking about the service as a gift idea around the holidays. Obviously, the meal from the film is extremely sugary, to say the least, so HelloFresh is trying to make it at least a little bit more palatable. The kits come with maple syrup, chocolate syrup, marshmallows, chocolate candies, crumbled chocolate frosted pastries, and spaghetti, along with the step-by-step instructions, of course, all wrapped inside an elf-themed gift box. The boxes are available on a limited basis from December 5th through December 9th, opening each day at 12:25. And the scarcity could definitely create more interest, so make sure you have your calendars marked. This is an amazing example of how to take your product or service and connect it to something people absolutely adore in order to make a memorable statement during a time of year when everyone is fighting for a share of someone's brain power and money. That's all for this week's Market Share. My name's Genevieve, and I'll see you all next week. The increased engagement from memes certainly has algorithmic benefits. Show your post. I'm telling you, the lack of caffeine today is really an issue.